if you haven't heard, and we've covered this extensively on this channel, being critical of the Israeli government does not mean you don't like Jewish people. I don't like the Israeli government. It doesn't mean I didn't like watching Seinfeld. Holy shit. Like it's reducing it to that level. And look at me. I have to be quiet while I'm doing this because I don't want to start screaming like, yo! Say it with me now. Being critical of the Israeli government does not mean you hate all Jews. Oh my God. So somebody by the name of Eve Barlow decided to put out a thing where she basically said that she was getting bullied. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. Look, I'm Jewish now. I need to do something with that clip. Nobody knows what I'm talking about till the Marjorie Taylor Greene piece comes out. Oh my God, I wonder if that's like even in the beginning. It is in the beginning. It is in the beginning. The first 3 minutes of that segment are gonna have that clip. Oh man. I don't know who crafted the first tweet that simply said Eve Fartlow, but whoever it was, bot or human, started a fire. Over the past 2 weeks, Twitter has been littered with the words Eve Fartlow. Every time I tweet, this title is the response I attract, and it is pelted at me irrespective of what I write. Hundreds of trolls, some with blue ticks and some without, just start responding to me, Eve Fartlow. Some people have recently switched it to Eve Shartlow, but Eve Fartlow seems to be the one that sticks. If we donated a JNF tree to Israel for every time somebody tweeted Eve Fartlow, there'd be no Negev left. Tensions in the Middle East erupted this past month, so you may be thinking, why is this dumb Zionist liar playing the victim? She should cope. Still not sure what this means. She's complaining to me from her Los Angeles apartment about people spelling her name in a dumb way online. She's not wading through rubble. She's not running from rocket fire. She's not surrounded by senseless violence. Let's ratio her. You really wrote an argument. You really wrote an entire article about people cyberbullying you. Yo, I'm gonna have to hit you. What was it, Soulja Boy that said this? I think it was Soulja Boy that said this, or maybe it was Lil Wayne, something like that. How is cyberbullying real? Bro, just turn off the computer. Just turn off the fucking computer. I couldn't imagine that's a lie. That's a lie. I was about to say, I couldn't imagine me being so petty that I would literally write an entire article about people making fun of me. But damn, when I got investigated by my job there's a funny funny fact is that we're going to talk about a boohoo Karen later on in the stream too. But I really did write paragraphs when my job was like looking at my Facebook and they were seeing all the people sharing a really dumb meme about me. In retrospect, when I look back, that was the beginning of the social media era of company policy, and I guess I just didn't take it seriously like they did. Excuse me. You're right. I have not been living in a bomb shelter. I have not had my house cave in. So I've asked myself the same thing, because neither have all the people or bots tweeting my name incorrectly doing everything they can to discredit the messaging that I'm trying to relay to my followers, to challenge the way this conflict has been narrated by mainstream media and social media influencers. I challenge it because the truth matters. The truth protects lives. If you ever read an article, and I swear to God, I know this is going to backfire on me. If you ever read an article where somebody's making a big issue out of something small and then says, I'm just trying to speak the truth, odds are you're getting belittled because you're full of shit. So calling you Eve Fartlow, probably, you see where it all like interconnects? This is all one big maze. It's all one big maze. Also, for those of you watching, you notice that like my screen gets a little brighter, right? This is my screen's brightness. You could see it literally change the color of my hand. And my screen's brightness is at 0. My screen's brightness is at 0 and it's so bright. I turn this shit up to 10, I can't see. And I used to look at this shit I used to look at this shit at 100, bro. My eyes were shot. Anyway, due to the juvenile nature of this Eve Fartlow attack, which sounds like it was invented by a 3-year-old high on Pop-Tarts, I wondered if the bombardment of Eve Fartlow tweets was engineered to drive me insane. Perhaps it was a form of digital water, and I'm done. And that's where I lose it. Perhaps it was a form of digital waterboarding aimed at forcing me to surrender, delete all my accounts, log out of my devices, and commit digital suicide. Right. Wow. Wow. That's painful. You really think that getting cyberbullied with one name, that, by the way, you can block out of Twitter, like you can literally code the name out, like the code the words out, and it won't appear anymore. So you don't even have to do your whole name. You could just go Fartlow and it all disappears. But you think it's waterboarding? Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I was a kid, I tried to understand what waterboarding was in the shower, so I'd put the rag over my face and the thing. Digital waterboarding? Come on. And give me more. Give me more inflammatory things to talk about. Fartlow is an intimidation tactic, a playground jibe meant to drown out my voice online. My words must be silenced as quickly as possible by the hammer and sickle emoji. And I knew it had something to do with that. They want anyone who threatens their concept of utopia to kill themselves. I mean, I want anybody who threatens a utopia in Minecraft. No, in Warzone. In Warzone, bro. Just throw a nade at yourself. It's all peace, love, and openness till someone wants to have a conversation. That's literally what you're doing by capping for Israel. All right, whatever. The activity that Zionist Jews in particular experienced all over the web was bizarre at best and invalidating, abusive, and dehumanizing at worst. Zionist Jews weren't just being unfollowed for advocating for themselves and their brothers and sisters in Israel and Palestine. We're also losing access to direct messaging, common abilities, having posts removed for violating community guidelines, while blatant anti-Semitism online almost never receives the same treatment, and having our accounts threatened with temporary suspension or closure. We were simultaneously fighting off a barrage of thousands upon thousands of troll comments and hateful direct messages, which frequently included homophobic, misogynistic, and extremely violent language. Some people even generously took the time to record voice messages. I received a few of those, including one from a woman with a British accent calling for my family to burn in hell. She sang it, or she tried to. The seeds of this pogrom. Okay, so I'm going to finish this segment off by explaining what a pogrom is. An organized massacre of a particular ethnic group, in particular that of Jewish people in Russia or Eastern Europe. She is saying that, and quote me if I'm wrong, that being bullied online is the equivalent of your people being massacred en masse by another Bitch, you okay? It's Twitter. Get used to it. Kanye putting out a new album. We literally shunned him so hard he got divorced. You see what happens? Look. Kanye put down the phone, and now he gonna be doing better in his life, I hope. I mean, I guess. I mean, you were literally having sex with Kim Kardashian West, and you were like, no. Come on, like the bravery of that man. I'm sorry, but if I snag me a Jenner, like look at how asinine this conversation is that I don't even want to talk about it no more. If I snag me a Jenner, and you telling me I got the ability to like give that up? I either have enough money or enough pride to be like, look at me when I say this. I could find better than you. I could find better than you. Bro, like you could tweet my album and that shit would go viral instantaneously, and I'm like, I could find better than you. I snagged me and Jenner. Looking at me. I'm not saying I'm ugly. Trust me. I've gotten better at looking at my face and being like, I'm cute. I could do a little something. I could do a little something. But you're right. I have not been living in a bomb shelter. I've not had my house cave in. So I asked myself the same thing because neither have all the. Oh wait, this is old. This is old. I scrolled up. Oh my god. Yo. First comes the unfollow, which hurt. Get out. I'm done. First comes the unfollow, which hurts, especially from those we consider friends, those we love and cherish, whose memories are still fresh. Sometimes an unfollow is the result of pressure from other online users who dox people they disagree with. Yo, you wrote an article in which you really, oh my god, you do not understand how the internet works. If somebody okay, I understand if it's like your best friend and like y'all be talking and then all of a sudden something go down like that you're not even aware of or something, or somebody says something to them and they're just like, oh, I didn't know that, and they unfollow you and then they don't like talk about it, and like every time you read, like, I understand that, but like when you get to 30, 40, 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, 500,000, a million, one unfollowed, a couple unfollows, a couple thousand unfollows should not matter to you. Oh my god. Sometimes an unfollow is a decision taken with complete autonomy. Someone deciding to simply delete a person from their timeline rather than ask for clarification or, God forbid, pursue a fair-minded discussion. What? Victimhood. You claim that the left plays I wanted to make this a short one too. You claim that the left is all about victimhood. You can't even get unfollowed on Twitter. You can't even unfollow one of these people on Twitter without them making a whole article about it. Like, who's really the fragile ego here? If you are a Zionist, you are not deemed worthy of dialogue. I mean, your Zionism is leading to a genocide. So like, what? Bro, it's the same thing with these people who are just like, which is funny, we're gonna talk about that later too. Like, oh, you see a Nazi? Debate them on the marketplace of ideals and beat them. Then what did we have the war for? What did we have the war for? I'm sure when we pulled up to the shores of Normandy, that was World War I, right? I think that was World War I. No, I might be bugging. That might have been two. The more you read, the bigger my headache. I had one person in here. Oh no, I'm bugging. I had one person in here. P-Tray. I would used to get into these like more often than not. And after a while, he was just like, yo, I gotta leave. I can't take all this stupidity. And I was like, yeah, I get you. Oh man. All right, I'm done. It's so bad, and it's just going. It just keeps going, and it keeps going. In the meantime, Instagram will not free Palestine. Twitter will not free Palestine. Driving cars around Jewish neighborhoods come out Jews from. In other words, and the resolution for war in the Middle East will not be found online. That's bullshit. All that lives there is name calling, cancellations, doxing, trolling, hashtag, and Fartlow. And they're calling, Mom, come pick me. Oh wait, Mom, come pick me out. They're calling me bad names, Mom.